Picture this. After years of grinding, rejection, and goals before parties, you finally hit that 100K cash mark in your account. 100 grand, real money. Not credit, not mommy's card, but yours. That's a massive milestone, and yeah, you should celebrate it, not just update your profile pic. But here's the trick. Everyone treats this like the final fireworks show, but it's not the finish line. It's just the damn intro. Next is the critical part. What you do after this 100K decides if it turns into $500,000 and then $1 million, or if in 5 years you're still sitting on the same 100K, scratching your head going, WTF happened? There's this old investor dude, Charlie Munger, the guy who helped Buffett build Berkshire Hathaway into a financial monster, not a scratch-off ticket stand. And he once dropped a thought that flipped people's brains. The hardest part of the journey isn't becoming a millionaire, it's scraping together that first 100K. He said it straight up. You gotta get that first 100K at any cost. Walk everywhere if you have to, and only eat food you bought with a coupon. Sounds like a financial drill sergeant at boot camp, right? But the old guy understood the mechanics of money perfectly, something most people don't get at all. The first 100K is hell because you're climbing uphill the whole time, changing habits, rewiring your brain, learning how to earn money and not just blow it. And the nastiest part, compound interest isn't helping yet. It hasn't kicked in. You're pulling this on raw discipline, not on the magic of charts. But once you cross that 6-figure bar, the physics change. For the first time, money starts actually working for you instead of just sitting sadly in your app. The math suddenly gets friendlier, the speed picks up, and the next 100K doesn't demand as much blood and nerves as the first one. That is the power of compound growth, when it's not just you working for the capital, but the capital stops being a vegetable and starts working for you. But all this magic only works if you don't fuck it up now. So the question, what do I do next, isn't just motivation, it's a survival guide. And here's where it gets interesting. There are moves that separate people building real wealth from those who got lucky once and then got stuck. The first boss that spawns right after the 100K mark isn't taxes, isn't inflation, it's lifestyle creep. You drove a beater for years, ate at home, and cut extra weekends. But now a voice in your head goes, hey bro, we're kinda not broke anymore. It starts with, we need a decent car, a bigger apartment, suits like that guy from the Netflix lawyer drama, not like an intern. And yeah, technically you can afford it. But here's the trap. The second you jack up your spending to match your income, your wealth engine chokes and dies instantly. Financial planner Noah Damsky puts it like this. In your 20s, you drive a rust bucket because you have to. In your 30s, you can buy a new car, but a real player is the guy who still doesn't buy it. That's superpower. Saying no when you can finally say yes is what divides people getting rich from people just looking rich on Instagram. The wealthy keep a simple, cynical formula in mind. Every dollar you blow on looking good today is a dollar that won't turn into 10, 20, or 50 later. So before a big purchase, don't give yourself a TED Talk in the shower. Ask honestly, is this getting me closer to my goals, or am I just nursing my ego like it's in the ICU? Because wealth isn't about the number in your banking app. It's about the number of options you can command in your life. It's waking up one day and realizing, I don't have to work today, at all, and the world won't collapse, only my boss will. It's about funding a life you actually enjoy, not a life that looks cool in the stories of people you don't even really like. Okay, moral clear. Now let's get down to business. What do you do with this 100K so it doesn't turn into an expensive TV and a couple of vacations? If you still have expensive debt, especially credit cards or personal loans with double-digit interest, that's not a life feature. That's a hole in the bottom of your boat. There's no point happily aiming for 10% returns in the stock market if your credit card is simultaneously sucking 16% out of you in the other direction. That's just math, not destiny. So step 1, kill all the high-interest trash. Then take that money you were paying the bank as tribute, Turn it around and start paying it to yourself. Next, cover your ass against force majeure, a solid stash, 3 to 6 months of expenses in a normal, boring, high-yield savings account. This is that air mattress that catches you when the car gets dinged, the job disappears, or your health suddenly remembers you're mortal. When you have that cushion under your butt, you stop living in monthly mini-apocalypse mode and can calmly build a plan, not a fire escape route. And once the debts are dead and the cushion is there, that's when people lose their minds and decide they are now Wall Street gurus. Someone jumps into day trading, someone hunts for that crypto, someone screams, "I'll beat the market," and points at random stocks like items on a diner menu. Don't do that, seriously. If you're not a pro living this 24/7 and getting a paycheck for it, that's not a strategy, that's a casino without the free drinks. The normal path is simple and boring, a cheap index fund like Vanguard that just tracks the S&P 500. No fancy, I'm smarter than the market crap, just throw money in there regularly like a subscription, except it's the only subscription that works for you. Set up auto invest, month after month, year after year, without screaming, "Oh shit, the market crashed, sell everything." That's how real wealth is built, not TikTok stories. And another boost, invest via legit tax cheat codes, Roth IRA, Roth 401k, and other accounts where taxes don't eat half your future. Every dollar you don't give the IRS today gets a chance to quietly grow and bring you more cash tomorrow. It's not evasion, it's playing the game smart. If your employer offers a 401k match, max that match first, because that's a 100% return the moment you make the contribution. You won't find terms like that anywhere else. Even your buddy who totally knows a startup won't offer you a deal that fat. Now let's talk brains, because accounts alone won't get you far if your head is living in survive until next Friday mode. When you were broke, all plans were, how do I survive the month and what do I eat today besides noodles and coffee? People with real capital think in totally different units. Their question isn't, how about now, but what am I building over a 10, 20, 30-year horizon? They split their goals. This is for the next couple of years, this is for later, and here I'm playing the long game until retirement or sooner. And they build a financial structure around that, so money doesn't just sit there, but serves their values and the lifestyle they actually want. Meaning wealth isn't the final point, it's just a powerful tool to assemble your life the way you like it, not the way it's supposed to be. For some, it's a house. For others, retiring early. For others, their own business, endless flights, or just never waking up in a cold sweat about money ever again. Whatever it is, you don't just need to kinda get it, you need to clearly define it, write it down, and break it into steps like a checklist. When you know where you're rowing, it's easier to say no to extra shit along the way, from impulsive shopping to let's take on another mortgage. But as income and capital grow, a new boss appears, the pressure to be like everyone else but more expensive. You see friends upgrading cars, moving into apartments with river views, dragging designer stuff home that even their cat doesn't respect. Ads start hunting you. Premium watches, premium coffee, premium socks. Everything is premium except your common sense. And the inner clown in your head turns on. Well, are we worse than them? Gotta match up or they might think we're broke. That's when we remember the habits that dragged you to 100K are the same habits that will carry you to 1,000,000. Don't change the code. Auto invest, living below your means, no unnecessary debt. Focus on the long term. This isn't survival mode. This is the operating mode of wealth. The numbers grow, but the rules stay the same. You don't adjust to the zeros in the account. The zeros must work by your rules. And you know what else matters? The fact that you already made this first 100K proves you didn't just end up here by accident. You've got the discipline and the skills. The next 100K will come faster, and the one after that even faster. That's not a motivational poster. That's compound interest actually working. The main thing is not to fly off course because you want to live like in a movie right now, and don't turn your financial strategy into a roulette of TikTok tips. So yeah, celebrate the 100K, but don't go crazy. Cake, yes. New Range Rover? Fuck no, too soon. Don't let lifestyle creep zero out your future. Don't overcomplicate investing just to feel special. And don't forget why you started this marathon in the first place. Because 100K isn't the finish ribbon. It's just the start of the real game, where finally both you and your money are running in the same direction. So keep going, hold the discipline, and just watch as your capital grows faster than prices at Starbucks. Now a question. If you didn't have to work for money tomorrow, what would you actually do besides lying around and scrolling your feed? Write in the comments what you think and what stupid thing you're willing to not buy for the sake of your future. And yeah, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next financial shit show that we're gonna pick apart.